Freak off of here and go down the side. They do. Stock's got it. He's got running room. Stockton, grab, hang it up. It's good. It's good. The Jazz win it.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean Davis.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine, your input of old school NBA basketball. My name is Sean David, by the way. In today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends talking about John Stockton, who in my opinion is not only one of the greatest point guards of all time, I actually got him in my top 3. Just saying. Anyway, before we start, I have to ask you guys for a small favor. If you're new to the show, please subscribe to the show and also like the video if you enjoy the content. All right, you guys, let's do it. Now the first player that we're going to take a look at is one of my favorite underrated players of the 2000s, Baron Davis. Let's hear what he has to say about John Stockton.
John Stockton embarrassed me, dog. Like, John Stockton made me feel like damn, dog, like, do I know how to play basketball? You know, you had that moment where you like, shit, like, am I sorry, dog? Like, what the fuck am I, you know, like, what the fuck is going on? I had never been taken out the game so fast. He had ripped me like twice. Yeah. Like, and not even like
just being
ripped
heady.
stole the ball. It's just like
being heady, smarter than you.
You know, I'm going for the outlet the wrong way. You know what I mean? Boom, steal. You know what I mean? I get the loose ball. Oh, he gone, steal. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something.
He see your mistakes.
And he was tough, hard-nosed too.
Take you under the big
screens, yeah. Like I remember.
Was he way bigger than what you thought he was?
Yeah, he was.
He was way bigger than what I thought he was.
He was a lot taller.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you look at him on the court, on TV, you know, like, his look could be deceiving. Yeah. It's almost like how Steph Curry looked. Like, on TV, he looked like, oh, man, like, he just looked like a regular dude. But, like, when you stand next to him, you're like, yo, this motherfucker, like,
he big.
Built like an athlete. Yeah. John Stockton, though, he would, like, he was so dope, dog, because he walk you all the way down to the wing, right? And he'd walk you to the same spot, whether you pressuring him or not. Like, he knew what spot he was gonna get to. He knew what he was gonna, like, he was fucked once he got to the spot that he was gonna get to. I think it was like John Stockton was probably like the dude who like humbled me. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
I always tell everybody, man, people always ask me who was the toughest player that I played against, and I always say John Stockton. They say, why? I don't get that. Why not Michael Jordan? I would always tell them, a guy who only plays 32 minutes or 33 minutes, which Jerry Sloan had in his rotation, when a guy who gets on the floor, who only shoots the ball 10 times, makes 8, has 16 assists, fool around and have 6 or 7 rebounds and 4 or 5 steals, and you look at his stats, and you say, what did he have? 24, 16, 7, and 4. How can you beat that?
Stockton fires down on Malone. Short with 10 seconds. He fires the three. Russell moves to the hoop, and the series is tied.
When you played against him, you had to outthink him. It's like chess playing against him. You know, it wasn't like you going out there, who's gonna be the quickest. No, this is chess. This is a long 48-minute game that you had to think about every move, every possession you had to make.
Stockton steals. There it is. Stockton stole the ball. Stockton stole the ball. He's the all-time leader in the history of the game. What a player. They're on their feet in celebration for John Stockton.
Now, of course, when you talk about John Stockton, there's always another player that comes to mind, Karl Malone. And it's only natural that he talks in the highest regards about John Stockton, but still pretty interesting what he has to say. Let's hear what Karl Malone, the mailman, has to say about John Stockton.
You will not have Karl Malone sitting here right now without John Stockton, that little white kid from Spokane.
Yeah. He has just become the NBA all-time leader in steals. He already has the record in assists.
Welcoming John to the Hall of Fame is Isaiah Thomas.
You know, I took John into the Hall of Fame. You know, he and I have known each other since we were like 13, 12 years old.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
His father was the one that always kind of
Mr. Jack
kept us together, didn't let the media pull us apart or anything like that. And the way John played, right? He ran the point guard position like none other. And it was always perfect. There's no two players that epitomize hard work. I'm gonna say three players. You, Stockton, and your coach Jerry Sloan. That's the Mount Rushmore of hard work.
If you were starting a franchise today, who's your #1 pick out of all the players in the NBA?
Well, I'll tell you, you won't believe this, but I like Johnny Stockton. I think he's the most complete person in his position. The point guards have taken over the game. The little guy.
I mean, obviously the greatest assist man ever to play in the game. John was just boom, boom, hit you right here where you need to catch it, you knock it in. And he was very simple. He simplified, and that's why Jerry Sloan loved it. He grabbed Stockton out of Gonzaga. I mean, it was huge. Nobody knew who Stockton was, but you immediately knew because they had a guy on that team, Ricky Green, who was a very good point guard at the time, and John Stockton eventually moved him out, and nobody really foresaw that happening.
There it is, NBA all-time assist leader.
They were going to make sure the record happened. It wasn't me, and there were some unbelievable shots tonight that I won't soon forget.
Never heard GP say anything good about any point guard ever in my life. John Stockton, right? He goes, "Hey, this boy right here, you don't take this for granted. You hear me? This is a, this is a blessing for you. You know, when you face him, it's Mr. Stockton." I'm like, yeah, okay, bro. Like, I love John Stockton too, but I'm gonna pick him up full court. I get in the game, pick him up full court. And Stock didn't have a lot to him, but he hit them angles quick, right? Boom, 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 boom. And Stock ran his offense from inside college 3. Because if you touched him, it was a foul. He is not about to walk me to the free throw line and run the play.
It's about to walk you to the free throw line every fucking time.
So check this out, Doc. So I stand him up, right? And when I stand him up, we bounce off each other. The ball go right past my face. I duck. No one's behind me. He threw the ball at my face. I'm like, yo. I look back at him. He said, "Back the fuck up."
Who is the dirtiest?
Believe it or not, John Stockton.
Oh, I believe it. He's like a QAnon guy. What are you talking about? Of course I believe it.
Oh man,
dirty little mother.
He was so dirty.
Yeah.
Like my first 2 years, I'm like, yo, this dude is just a dirty player, bro. he's just dirty. Like he'll pull you, elbow you, knee you. Like he did all of that.
The shorts were just a disguise to get your mind off of how dirty he was.
Yeah, he was. I was like, oh my god, I'm glad I didn't play in the '80s. This is not basketball right here.
Dog by Legler. Oh my! This could be a 4-point play. Here's Stockton going on. Can you believe that? I do not believe it. He's been doing it all night.
I hated John Stockton. He's probably the guy who I hated guarding the most because most guys you guard, you're trying to stop from scoring. With John, you had to try to stop him from passing. And the other thing that he probably was the best I've ever seen, even to this day, best screening guard in the history of our game. We see all the records with the assists and the steals, and that stuff was incredible and his longevity. But he had a mean streak in him, and that guy would deliver blows with his ability to set screens unlike anybody you've ever seen.
The thing that I always remember about Stockton, I don't know how many, I think I played like 2 years against him before he retired. The first 3-4 years, I'm like jacked, I'm strong. I'm like, nah, ain't nobody like. John Stockton might have been one of the strongest dudes. He set a back screen on me one time, and you couldn't have told me it wasn't Karl Malone or somebody setting that screen. He set the hardest screens I had ever witnessed to that point. And I could, like, for real, one time he said he rung my bell. I was like, oh, I got up like this was John Stockton just hit me like this? Like, what? I was like, yo, this dude is the strongest little dude ever.
You know, when you are a basketball fan, there are certain NBA players that you never see dunk, but there are not that many. But John Stockton was always the guy I was always hoping for a dunk of his, but I never saw it. Then today, when I did some research on YouTube, I found a clip of John Stockton dunking the basketball. Not an NBA game, but still pretty interesting. I wanted to show you that, guys. Take a look. You know, to me, John Stockton is one of my favorite point guards of all time. Actually, one of my favorite players of all time. Why? Because I love guys that aren't the fastest, not the quickest, not the physically gifted ones, but the ones that are superior in the basketball IQ department. And John Stockton, to me, was just that player. And it's kind of interesting if you see NBA shows on YouTube, for example. The more time progresses, the more you see guys that rank John Stockton lower and lower. And to me, that's just bull. Anyway, you guys, I have John Stockton in my top 3, as I said in the beginning of the video, one of my favorite players of all time. Please post in the comments below, where do you have John Stockton in your ranking? I'm pretty interested. Let me know. All right, you guys, but that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.